Hey guys, Sabrina here. It's gonna be day 7 of my 90-day challenge, and today I just want to talk a little bit about overcoming self-doubt. I know a lot of us struggle with that, either subconsciously or consciously, and I found another article here about 8 tips that you can take to boost your confidence, so that you don't have to worry about, not believing in yourself anymore. So I'm just going to go through some of those tips, and hopefully you take heed to them and start working on your confidence. Okay, so the first tip is going to be stop comparing your accomplishments to your friends or colleagues. I tend to do that a lot, especially being a chef. With skills and things like that, you always want to grow and learn. And, some people are a little bit faster than others. And so it takes a lot of practice to learn how to not compare your own accomplishments to other people's, but it can definitely be done. The second tip here is going to be forget what everyone else is thinking of you. That's my biggest one. I always, always, always worry about what other people think and what other people are going to say and things like that. And that's just not healthy, really. It's not healthy to always think about what people are going to think. Let people think what they're going to think, and I'm just now getting to that point in my life where I can go ahead and be me and do what I want to do, and I don't really care what anybody else says. So, the third tip is just make a decision and then correct your course as you go along. A lot of us worry about what's going to happen, or this could happen if I do this, or that could happen if I do that. I'm starting to believe in just doing what you want to do and just go with the flow, really, and just worry about your consequences later. Just live your life and do what you want to do, really. Write yourself a handwritten letter is the fourth tip. I love writing, but I've never thought to do that as, a way to gain my own confidence. It's like, what do you say to yourself? But I guess that's just like how your mind works subconsciously. Once you read that letter to yourself, make sure it's an uplifting letter. Once you read that letter to yourself, then, you're going to automatically feel better. You're going to feel better about, the goals that you set and, the movements that you're making, towards reaching those goals. And I think that that's a very good tip for us to follow. The fifth tip is going to be listen and or read positive material on a daily basis. Now, since I am in Empower Network, we do have the Think and Grow Rich calls every morning and the Mindset calls every morning. And since tonight is Monday night, we're going to have the Empower Hour call, and those are always very positive, always very uplifting. Whoever is in charge of them on any given Monday is always amazing at, helping us to see our potential and see how powerful we really are. So I'm going to put a link down below so that you can go ahead and join that call as well. And also different groups on Facebook if you're a Facebook addict like I am. There are a lot of different inspirational groups and women's groups and, groups for parents and groups for dads and, things like that. Just always go in and check out people that are being positive. There's too much negativity in the world for us to, just keep watching it day in and day out. We need some positivity. The sixth tip is going to be write in a gratitude journal at the end of each day. It's far too easy to wallow in pity and focus on what we don't have rather than what we do have. So put in a positive frame of mind. When you're feeling positive, you're feeling good, and when you're feeling good, good things happen. And I definitely believe in that. It's really just about working your mindset, making your mind work a different way. Like I said, we're surrounded by negativity. I mean, turn on the news. It's never really anything positive. Even if it is something positive, they put it at the very end. So it's like you go through a whole hour of, negative behavior and negative things happening in the world, and then, oh, here's a little excerpt of something positive happening. So I really believe that, we all need to focus more on being positive and living a positive life. The seventh tip is identify your biggest fans and then nurture those relationships. And that's another big one that I've had issues with. I've always trusted in the wrong people, I really believe. and the people that have always been there for me, and the people that have always, been in my corner, backing me up and things like that, you tend to let that fall to the wayside, especially if you're in a relationship or something like that. You always want that person to be the person that you go to, and that's your biggest fan and things like that. And sometimes it's not the case. So you really need to focus on the friends that are actually your friends, and the relationships that are actually gonna cultivate you into being a better person overall. So the eighth and final tip is to go to your mantras for support. A lot of us don't really meditate or focus where we need to focus. A lot of us focus on going to work, working our 9 to 5, making sure, we get that paycheck at the end of the week or every 2 weeks, and we don't really give ourselves the motivation that we need on a daily basis, as far as reminding ourselves to be easy on ourselves, reminding ourselves not to be our biggest critics, and things like that. So I really think that you should find something every day, a quote or something every day, and really pay attention to it. Figure out what it means to you in your life. On Facebook, actually, I have a app that's called God Wants You to Know. So it basically comes up whenever, and it's so random because it'll be exactly what I needed to hear, or needed to see for the day, or for whatever moment I was going through. And it's definitely helped in the last couple months since my relationship ended. It's definitely helped. So I really feel like mantras are everywhere, and things that can uplift you are everywhere. You just have to look for them. One time, actually, it was a couple years ago when I first started culinary school, I went to the restroom, and it was a sticky note on the back of the stall. Once you go into the stall and close the door, it was a sticky note that said "You are loved." And at that moment, I wasn't in a relationship. It was a couple years ago. And I really needed to see that. I needed to hear that. I needed somebody to tell me that. And it just happened to be there. So I really think that things like that on a daily basis, or even if it just happens randomly, can definitely help. So I just wanted to share a few little tips about how to overcome self-doubt, because I know a lot of people, especially if you're new to internet marketing and getting yourself out there and putting yourself outside of your comfort zone, sometimes you may start to doubt yourself and wonder if this is something that you're gonna be doing and good at and things like that. So I really believe that these few little tips here are going to help. Below this video, I will put a link to the various Facebook groups, inspirational Facebook groups that I'm in, and definitely go ahead and check them out. And also I'll put a link to my blog, because I'm going to write a blog post about this as well, because it's very interesting, right? So go ahead and have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.